Last week, we got the fastest players in NBA 2K20 and teamed them all up on the same team to see if they could go and win an NBA championship. Now, unfortunately, this didn't really work out for them. They made it to the second round, but they were just way too small. Usually, quick players are the smaller players in the league. So I thought I would try to do this with the slowest players in today's NBA. But when I did that, they only got like 5 wins in an entire season. So instead of doing that, I thought it would be better to get the slowest players in NBA history, put them all on the same team, and see if they could win an NBA championship in today's NBA. So that is what we're going to be doing in today's video. If you guys are new here, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. But checking out our team, we got the Cincinnati Snails, and we got the slowest players in NBA history. Now we have the 10 slowest players in NBA history, because usually when you simulate through an NBA season, only 10 players really get played in these simulations, so we only took 10 players. But checking out our team, everybody on the team does have 25 speed. We got Mark Eaton, Yao Ming, Robert Parrish, we got Big Z, Dikembe Mutombo, Brook Lopez, Boban Marjanovic, Robin Lopez, so we got both the Lopez brothers, Sean Bradley, and last but not least, we got Darko Milicic. Now that is going to be our roster, but of course, we need a little more than that, because if we just set up the CPU to play with this team, they're not going to use them correctly. So what I've actually done is I've made all the 0 overall centers as well. That way, no matter what, they will not play ahead of our actual slowest players in NBA history. And then I've gone over to coach game plan right here, and I've kind of set players up based on how good they are at certain things. So I got Yao Ming at point guard because out of all the players, he has the best playmaking. Brook Lopez is the best at shooting, so I put him at shooting guard, and then the rest of the guys pretty much are only good inside, so I just line them up based on their overall. So we got Robert Parrish, Mark Eaton, and Big Z in our starting lineup. Dikembe Mutombo, our 6th man. And then going down the list, Darko Milicic getting the least amount of minutes. Now, these guys are really big guys, so I don't know how many minutes they're going to be able to play per game. So I put the starting lineup at 30 just to start here. And then offensive focus is going to be feed the post, because of course, our players can't really do anything else. All they can really do is get down low. So we're going to make them get to the paint in every possession. I think we're going to be playing a more patient offense, of course, with big guys who can't just be shooting. So we're going to slow down the game a bit and try to just get down low in the paint, get some easy buckets against small guys. And then we're going to be crashing the offensive glass. If we have all these glass cleaners on our team, we got to be getting these rebounds, give our team some second chance points. Defensive focus, I got to say protect the paint just because that's our strong suit. But we'll see how that ends up working out. We're going to be playing physical defense. We're big guys, so what we got to do. And then we're going to be crashing the defensive glass as well, since of course we have these guys here. Nobody's really going to be going on fast breaks because they're all 25 speed. So I think this is going to be our best options in actually scoring. I'm going to put Yao Ming as our first scoring option. The reason because of this is because he's actually going to be a center playing point guard, facing off against point guards. We're going to give Brook Lopez and then Robert Parrish, and then our other guys are going to be there to get the boards. But we're going to try to attack these smaller guys with our big guys, and let's see if this actually works out during the season. I accidentally simulated 2 games earlier. It ended up being an L. But we're actually going to go ahead and simulate against the Heat, and they end up getting a W here. Yao Ming with 34 points. This is exactly what we want. Yao Ming, one of our best players, and he can just beast up against these point guards. And then here we have Brook Lopez, who's actually shooting some threes, which is what we wanted. We wanted him as our 3-point shooting guy. And then Robert Parrish getting some boards right there. And I think this is going to work out pretty well for this. I'm going to simulate one more game. I want to check out how this goes. So 82-51 for our team. So it looks like we're not the craziest scorers. Brook Lopez getting the most points for us this time. He's actually the only guy shooting threes on our team. But then if we go over to rebounds, we're pulling so many boards. And I think this should work out for our team. I think this should be our best option at actually winning. But let's go through the rest of the season and find out how it turns out. If I make any more changes throughout the season, I'll actually update you guys on that. Okay, so we end up making it to the end of the season. Our team ends up doing really good, going 60-22. Now, I did do the simulation earlier, but without all the defensive setting changes and the coaching changes, everything like that. And they did a lot better when I actually changed all of these things. Let's see if any of our players have any awards. No awards for our team. Brett Brown of the 76ers actually gets Coach of the Year, but we did beat them a few times this season. So I think our team will be able to beat them in the playoffs. Check out the All-NBA teams, of course. Everybody on our team centers, so they aren't going to actually make it on here. Maybe the defensive teams. No. Okay, so we actually do not have any players on any of the All-NBA or defensive teams, which is all right because we have a pretty stacked team. A lot of big guys. Wasn't really expecting them to do so well in terms of awards. End up getting the 2nd seed in the East, though, which is huge. This gives us a good opportunity to actually make a run for the playoffs. We're facing off against the Bucks. Now, through our simulations, the Bucks were one of the teams that beat our team quite a bit. We were able to beat the Nets and 76ers throughout the season, so it would have been better to face off against one of those teams, but we will end up facing off against the Bucks if we do make it to the 2nd round. Checking out our player progression, Yao Ming is up to a 90 overall. Mark Eaton is an 89. He actually just stayed what he was at the beginning of the season. Robert Parrish is an 87. Big Z's an 84. Dikembe Mutombo is an 81. Brook Lopez up to an 80. So most of our players actually going up in overall. Darko Milicic up to a 72. He was like a 69-70 when we started the season. So our players do improve there. Let's go over to player stats and see how everybody did on our team. So Yao Ming, our best scorer with 18 points per game. Brook Lopez with 16 points per game. These were our 2 main scorers because they were playing point guard and shooting guard. So they kind of got to ISO. I wonder if maybe we put somebody else in Brook Lopez's position. Maybe they would do a little better at shooting guard. And then going down the list here, worst scorer was Darko Milicic. And then our 0 overalls played some games. I do not know why they get minutes. So as you can see, the 0 overalls not getting any minutes, but somehow sometimes they still get minutes. I think in blowouts, they actually put them in the game. So if they're close games, I don't think those 0 overalls will be playing at all. Mutombo a little tired, even though he's only playing 20 minutes. I had to lower everybody's minutes, because when they played 30 minutes per game, they just got way too tired. In terms of playing inside and outside defense, Brook Lopez is actually the best on our team covering the outside. But I do want to put Robert Parrish at shooting guard to see how he does. So I think this is going to be the lineup we're going to be running in the playoffs. We'll see how it works out in the 1st round. And then depending on the teams we do face, I will actually... So if we're facing off against the Warriors or something, I'll actually get our guys to spread out and cover the perimeter instead of covering inside during these playoff runs. But some other things I want to check out. Our top rebounder per game is going to be Mark Eaton. Assist per game goes to Mark Eaton. I'm surprised it's not Yao Ming since he is running point guard. Blocks per game, Mark Eaton. So Mark Eaton at the top of a lot of things, including field goal percentage. But I want to check out these team stats next to see how we kind of stack up as a team compared to others. So 3rd best record in the entire NBA. Points per game, though, is actually tied for the worst in the entire NBA. So these guys aren't playing fast offense. Of course, we made it slow. But the thing that's great about this team is points allowed per game. These guys are not allowing many points at all. 93.5, so way ahead of the rest of the NBA. Field goal percentage, I thought that might have been on top, since we do have a bunch of centers and they only shoot down low. But that was not the case. Rebounds per game, over 10 ahead of anybody else. Assists per game is going to be the lowest. Steals per game, near the bottom. And then blocks per game, up at the top as well. So our guys are playing to their advantages. That's what I like to see. Up against the Celtics in the 1st round, though. Let's see how this ends up going. Game number 1 to Team Snails. Game number 2... going to our team of slowest players. The Celtics actually get a game right here. The Celtics tied up 2-2. That's kind of surprising. Can the Snails, they get a 3-2 lead, and can they move on right here? And they do. 4-2. Got a little closer at the end, but our slowest players end up winning that game. Up next there against the Milwaukee Bucks. So let's see how this ends up going. So here we go, up against the Bucks in the second round. Bucks take game number 1. The Bucks take a 2-0 lead. I want to check out the box score here. Brook Lopez, kind of our top scorer. I'm going to try to get it to Robert Parrish more since he is playing shooting guard now, but so far not looking too good against the Bucks. The Bucks take a 3-0 lead. So let's see how this ends up turning out. We are in Simcast right here. Looks like our team of slowest players are doing very well this game. They got a pretty big lead getting into the end of the game, and they do end up taking a game finally against the Bucks. I just need Yao Ming and Robert Parrish to get the ball in the post. Pretty much they're unstoppable. Going into game number 5, this is a home game for our team of slowest players, so I'm thinking they should be able to take this one. Pretty big lead going into the 4th right here, and they get another game, so 3-2 now for the Bucks. Hopping into game number 6, this is going to be in Milwaukee, but early on, Snails taking a lead right here, our slowest players. Going into the 4th, it gets pretty close at the end here. I don't know who's going to end up taking this one. The Snails taking the lead, only up by 1 now. And the Bucks are so close right here. Let's see if the Snails, they're pulling ahead. 13 seconds left in this game. We got to hop in. We got to see what happens. So, of course, this game coming down to the wire. The Bucks with the ball. They're down by 2. We need a big stop by our team of Snails. We got custom jerseys and everything for this team as well. So let's see what ends up happening right there. Is that Mutombo covering him right now? 3 seconds left in the game. Giannis has to put up the 3 for the win. It is no good. So our Cincinnati Snails forcing a game number 7. And if they win this, they will have a 3-0 comeback. This could actually be pretty crazy if they come back right here. So game number 7, this is going to be in Cincinnati. So our Snails do have the home court advantage since they do have the higher seed. And let's see how it goes. We're just going to hop into Simcast right here, kind of going back and forth throughout this game. And our Snails taking a huge lead going into the 4th. They are going to win this game quite easily. So when I actually switched around who gets the ball the most, I kind of gave it to Robert Parrish and Yao Ming, and they kind of just took over this game and this series, and they end up with a huge 3-0 comeback against the Milwaukee Bucks. So it's either going to be the 76ers or the Nets facing off against them in the conference finals, and it is going to be the 76ers who will have the home court advantage to start off some of these games. The Snails with a 2-0 lead, a 3-0 lead. The 76ers get 1 game, but a 4-1 victory for our Cincinnati Snails, and they are going to the NBA Finals up against the LA Lakers. And this is going to be a tough challenge for them. A 1-2-1 lead, 3-1 lead for our Cincinnati Snails. It simulates so quick. I wish you could do game by game like in previous years. And let's see if the Snails can come home with the victory right here. But it does look like the Lakers are going to take another game. So we're actually going to have to get into game number 6 here. So this is game number 6. The Snails will have the home court advantage right here. So if they win this, this will be huge for them, winning at the hometown in Cincinnati. Super close game to start off. And then the Lakers just take over this game. And they're going to force a game number 7. So game number 7 here. We got to come into Simcast. And let's see if the Snails can possibly win this, take home the championship, getting off to a nice lead. But the Lakers always coming back in these games. As you can see, super close going into the 4th. The Lakers end up taking the lead. A minute left in this game. They're up by 3 points. Alright, so here we go. Our slowest players have the ball, down by 3. They got to score pretty quick right here. Got a lot of our best top-rated overalls in the game. An illegal screen by Yao Ming. Are you kidding me? That might have just blown it for them. That might have just blown the game. They got a foul. I mean, at least it's LeBron going to the line. And LeBron missing his first shot. If he misses another one, this would be huge, but he hits it. So no timeouts left for our tall players. They got to get down the court. Something they're not very good at. A screen by Mark Eaton. Get it in the post. Yao spinning inside, and he misses. How does he miss with Rondo covering him? We have our biggest guy against the shortest guy. I mean, he should be able to just dominate all game, but of course it is 2K. It doesn't always work out the way it should be, and I think this is going to be an L for our team of slowest players. They started off with a huge lead against the Lakers, but weren't able to come away with the W, losing by 5 points. Robert Parrish, the 3, he can't shoot, and the LA Lakers are going to be your NBA champions. So kind of unfortunate right there for our slowest players of all time. They were so close. I thought they were going to take this kind of bunch of super tall guys. I thought they would have just been able to dominate in the post, but it did not end up working. That is going to be it for this video though, guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. This has been your boy Smequle, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the